Here we're going to look at try number 2. Use the key features to graph the function f of x equals x squared minus 6x minus 1. So I'm going to make a note here that a is equal to 1, b is equal to negative 6, and c is equal to negative 1. So step 1, we're going to find the vertex and axis of symmetry. And to do that, your vertex, or your xy coordinates, are h and k. And we have a formula to find h, which is negative b over 2a. So we'll plug our values in here. B is going to be negative 6, and then a is 1. So be careful with these negatives. You get negative 6 over 2, which would be negative 3, and then that's going to be 3. So my h value is 3. And now to find the y value, we're going to take our original equation, f of x equals x squared minus 6x minus 1, and plug in our h value as our x. So our vertex is going to be 3, negative 10. Remember that represents your value there. And then my axis of symmetry, not a ton of work to do for that. It's just your h value. From there, step 2, we need to find the y-intercept. Now remember, the y-intercept is just going to wind up being the value of c, but we'll solve it algebraically anyway. So you have f of x is equal to x squared minus 6x minus 1. Remember, y-intercepts, your x is equal to 0. So we're going to plug in 0 here. So my y-intercept is 0, negative 1. It is helpful to remember that the y-intercept is the c value, so that can be a shortcut. You don't have to show all that work every time. And then step 3, you're going to plot the vertex, the y-intercept, sketch the axis of symmetry, and then in all of that, we'll plot a third point. So let's start with the vertex, which would be 3, negative 10. That's going to be down here. I'm going to put my axis of symmetry right away, right through that vertex. My y-intercept is 0, negative 1, so that's going to be right here. Now to find the rest of my parabola, to shape my parabola, I want to remember that from the axis of symmetry to that y-intercept, there's 3 points. All right, so it goes 1, 2, 3. It's a distance of 3, we can think of it that way. So what that tells me is that that point is going to be mirrored on the right side of my axis of symmetry, another 3 points. So if I go over 3 places, I'll have 6, negative 1. And now using that, that'll give me kind of a better idea of what my parabola might look like. So remember, these are drawn by hand in sketches, so they're not going to be perfect. Actually, we'll make it a little more accurate. Close enough. But there you go. That's all you have to do. So start with your vertex using the h equals negative b over 2a formula. Once you have h gets plugged in so that you can find k. That gives you your vertex and axis of symmetry. Your y-intercept, although here I did it algebraically, it's going to be your C value, and then plot your vertex, the y-intercept, use the axis of symmetry to help you mirror that third point. And there you go.